Hey you guys, it's Cami with Coast DIY Bar, and I am coming on to you with a video because I think it'll be easier for this project, not a live, to show you how to make our new burlap wreath heart. It's super simple, super easy. If you've made a burlap wreath in here before, it's a little similar to that technique, but a little bit easier. So with your kit, you're going to get a couple of little pieces of wire. You're going to get 2 rolls of the 6-inch burlap, 5.5, 6-inch burlap. And then you get your heart wire wreath form. Now, here's the thing that you want to try to make sure you're doing is that you've got one roll on one side and one roll on the other side, or top and bottom is fine too. But what you want to be careful that you don't do is you end up with all the rolls on one side and you run out of material, okay? And if you do, just pull it apart and do it again. But be conscious of how you're placing all of your bubbles as you go around, okay? So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your burlap, and I want you to fold it in half long ways and fold it in half again, okay? And this is only to attach it to the wire frame. I just think it makes it easier. And then I like to take the wire and kind of make a U with it, or like a horseshoe, and I'm gonna put it through. I'm gonna feed the wire through the one end through and then the other end through the holes of the burlap. And so this has now got a way to attach it to the frame, and that's all you're gonna do. I like to attach it to one of the cross beams, like right here, so that it doesn't go all over the place. Another thing that you could do if you wanted to, you could attach it onto right to here on the corner to make it easier for you. And then you could hot glue it to the wireframe and it won't shift. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna deal with the shifting. But I wanna show you what it would look like if you tied it to the end. And all I'm doing is just twisting this wire, and then it's a soft wire, so you can just kind of take it and roll it up into a little circle like that. Barbara Jo's looking at me. And so that you don't see it, okay? So all you're doing is just attaching it to the frame. And then from here, it's super simple. Now, the way we used to teach you in the shop is to have your wireframe upside down. I want you to have it right side up on the table where the hump looks like this on the table. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna push through a bubble of burlap from the back to the front, and you're gonna do one bubble on this side of the frame and one bubble on this side of the frame, and then you're gonna do a twist on the back. So let me show you. So you're just gonna take it, and I'm gonna go up this side first. Don't let this whole V throw you off. I'm gonna kind of focus on this side. So I'm gonna go up here first. And see, I'm just pulling it through. And the tan burlap is stiffer than the red or the black. If you get the red or the black, it's a little bit softer. And I'm gonna make a bubble about this size, okay? So what is that, about 2 inches off the frame, maybe? And 1.5, 2. And then I'm gonna take this, and watch this. I'm gonna tuck it up into this side. And the beauty of it when you do a burlap bubble wreath of any kind is when you're working with it and you're pulling it through the wireframe and stuff like that, just let it go crazy on you. Don't stress out if it looks crazy in the beginning, because then you can situate it and get it fixed. So now I've got, oh, thank you. She's just finished the add-on kit, so I'll show you that. So I've got one bubble here, okay? So going up this side. Now, if I were to keep going, because I've got this wireframe thing right here, I could just do another bubble right there. But here's the trick. I want you to take this on the back, and I want you to twist it at least one time. Twist the whole roll so that it doesn't get all weird on you. I just did it twice. Okay. See how it's twisted right here? Why do you twist it? Well, because it's going to hold better. And then I can go right up into this next section. And the section's bigger. Now I just put one set of bubbles in this bottom part of the heart. I'm gonna put 2 or 3 in this next one, depending on how big this looks. So again, I'm just doing a bubble, kind of getting about 2 inches. So see how that looks like a bubble on one side. Then I'm gonna come up in the second side. All right. And I find that it's easier just to set it down, get these bubbles even, make sure that they look, let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. Make sure they look right with this one. Smush it up a little bit, make sure it looks good, because this is how it's gonna look, right? You want it to be smushed. And then once I have the links where I want them and the bubbles the size that I want them, again, I'm gonna go onto the back and I'm gonna do a good twist, okay? And then I'm gonna come back up again. Now, again, the tan burlap is super stiff. It's a little hard. If you've got arthritis in your fingers or anything, it's a little tough on the hands, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, going up in my second bubble. So I want you to just take your time with it. If you need to take a break, the stiff one will actually stay pretty together, so you can set it down and you can give your hands a rest. Okay, so now I'm working on this bubble, and when I look at this one, see how much bigger this bubble is than this one? I don't like that, I need to fix it. So I'm gonna kind of pull back the ribbon a little bit, okay? So this looks a little bit better, okay? Now, and I know you can see the wire, and you may see a little bit of that when it's done, but once we get it all together, you can manipulate the bubbles and hide that a little bit. Okay, so I think that is good enough. I am gonna do, what I'm gonna try to do is one more, I'm not gonna go on both sides, I'm gonna do one more just to give myself a little extra bubble to play with to maybe cover that center wire. So I'm gonna do my twist. Barbara Joy's twisting in the background. And then I'm gonna pop up a bubble. This one's a little harder because there's not as much room. I don't think I have arthritis, but this is a little rough on the hands. Just take your time with it. Okay. So there we go, made this extra one. And with that extra one, I've got some flexibility to kind of move things around a little bit and cover. Okay, so that's looking really tight. Let me kind of show it from the front. There you go, so cute, right? And then what you're gonna do is just keep going. So I'm gonna come over, and I've done this one on this side, and see my little frame crossover here? That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put my second one in the series, 1, 2, on this side of the wireframe crossover. So I'm just gonna pull it right up. And again, I do think it's easier if you lay this heart down and you're kind of pulling it out, managing the bubble size from the front. And see how I'm pushing it up to see how big that bubble is? Looking good. And now I'm gonna do my twist. So I've got one on one side of that cross beam, one on the other, and then I twist. And then I just keep going. Now, this little curvy part is a little bit harder, only because it's longer. So you're just gonna, but the process is still the same. So one bubble on the inside, one bubble on the outside. Okay, they look pretty good. And then I twist. It will get faster. You'll get much more comfortable with it. One bubble on the inside. Now, I kind of kept going, and see how big this one right here looks? I think I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can pull that a little bit tighter. Yeah, that pulls tighter. I'm okay. All right, one bubble on the inside, one bubble on the outside. Okay. Actually, this is a little bit big, but I kind of like how it's framing that heart a little bit, so I'm gonna leave it. Maybe if I twist it. Yeah, so see how you can kind of manipulate them? Okay, so I did one on the inside, one on the out. Now I need to do my back side twist. And then I'm gonna go up on the inside again. So right now on my third set inside this top loop thing. And I think that's probably gonna be enough. We'll see once we get there. Cute,
likey.
Right?
Likey.
All right. So I feel like that's full enough on the side. Maybe a little too full right there on the top, but that's okay. You can still manipulate them. Now you've got this weird little center section, and I've got plenty here, right? So I've got lots going on here, and I don't want to go past my half. You can trim it if you'd like, but I think what I'm going to try to do is see what happens if I put one more bubble in there. I think I can get away with it. So that's going to end up being 4 sets, 4 on the inside, 4 on the outside, in this top curve. So now I'm just kind of pulling that through inside, pull it through the outside. There you go. Don't make them so big that you lose the center of the heart, because then it'll, well, I guess you could just have a big full heart would be fine, but I do like to see the center. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. I kind of like how wavy it looks. And now I'm gonna push up and do this center part. Getting one bubble here. And one bubble up here. Again, the brown burlap has got a lot of, it's probably got sizing in it, starch kind of stuff to make it super stiff. Okay, there we go. Now look, let me turn this around. See this little piece I've got left here? I'm not going to do anything with that because it's going to be too small to make a new bubble. If you feel like you need to, it feels really tight, right? I'm not going to do anything with it, but if you needed to, you could take this, fold it over, and when you attach your next piece, you could attach them both with that next piece of wire so that this stays down. But it seems to be naturally curling, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna leave that piece just like that. It's on the back, you won't see it. All right. So then let's go with your next roll. And again, you're going to attach it the same way, fold it in half lengthwise, fold it in half again, just to make it easier to attach. You're gonna make your U with your wire and feed it through the holes. There we go. And then I think I'm gonna start at the bottom. I'm gonna start at the bottom. And I'm kind of gonna attach it in almost the same spot that I did the other one. Same way, just attach it to the wire, twist it around. And fold it up so it doesn't get in the way. Okay, so now you're attached again. And I want you to come up. Now, let's talk about the bottom. Right now on this bottom point, you see both of the pieces that I've attached with the wires right there, right? I don't really want to see that. So I want to get a bubble in here and just kind of manage your ribbon. I want to get a bubble that's going to be shaped to make a point. And there you go, look, cute. We'll cover the point of that frame. So just pay attention to that when you do that at first, and make sure you've got enough fabric down there in this bubble to be able to control it. And as you do your next bubble, you're gonna have to play with it a little bit, but just make sure this is gonna be enough. And then I'm gonna do my bubble. So that was on the outside, and this one's gonna go on the inside. Okay. Just still checking this bubble. And then let me turn this around. Well, if you're watching this next video, you know that I just accidentally turned my phone off. So we've just got our bubble on the bottom here, okay? And I was turning this around so that you could see what I'm doing, okay? So bubble on the bottom, and then I just put this bubble on the inside here. And now I'm gonna do another bubble. I don't think I need to twist, I think I'm okay. I'm gonna do another bubble right here beside that bottom one to push it down a little bit. Okay. There you go. And now I'm just gonna come up the side. So I'm gonna go on the inside first. And I'm gonna go on the outside. And if you look at it like this, it makes it kind of easy to see. Right? 2 bubbles, same size, and then twist. And then come back up again. Bubble, bubble. Make sure they're about the same size. Twist. And do one more. Bubble, bubble, and that's going to complete that little section on the side. And let's see how we look. Cute. So now all we've got to do is come around this top corner and meet up in the center. And you'll probably have a little excess. You can use it to make a bow or something on another project. Okay, those are even. So now I'm gonna twist. And I'm gonna come up on the inside and the outside. Make sure my bubbles are the right size. You have to really push them together to make sure that they're the right size. I'm gonna twist. Inside and outside. Kind of like this pulling them at the same time effect. Gets me a little bit of control. Bunch them together. And then twist. And don't let it overwhelm you. We've had some people do burlap wreaths in here, and it's a lot of repetition. And it feels like it looks crazy at the beginning, and that's okay. It's gonna look a little crazy in the beginning, and then you can go back and manipulate the bubbles if you need to fit better and have a nicer shape. Okay. All right, I'm coming to the end. All right, let me see where I'm at. Cute. Kind of got a little thick right here, but not too bad. That's cute. So then I've got this much left over, and what I would do is you're just gonna trim off some. Just gonna leave it right there. It's gonna be fine. Super stiff. And you're ready to go. Now, the last piece of your kit comes with this cute little paint kit. What you have in here, and I'm not gonna actually do it on this video, you're just gonna do it with your sponges, and it's gonna come with the 2 sponges, and then cute little buffalo plaid ribbon. But I wanted to show you how these letters will work. Each letter, because it's gonna dangle and spin, I gave you a letter for each side. So you're gonna paint this one color, and then you're gonna paint this letter another color. So you could do white on the back with red on the top, vice versa. I did a red on the back with the white on the top. You could leave it plain on one of them. But see the hole, don't cover the hole. When you get them all painted, I want you to glue it on like that. And then you're going to glue the other X on the other side so that when it spins, you've got both sides covered and you see the X. Same on the O. The O goes below the hole and on the back here. So super cute. You're gonna paint each piece, let it dry fully, then you can glue them together. And then all you're gonna do, the way that I did it on mine was I just very simply threaded the ribbon through. If you need to, cut a clean edge on it. That was a little frayed. You're gonna run it through here, and I just tied a tiny little double knot. Nothing fancy, because I wanted it to dangle pretty long. Just simple, cute. You're gonna do it on the other side, and then all I did was I kind of went up under here where there's the wire. Let me show you with my hand. See how there's a piece of wire right here? All you're gonna do is you're gonna feed it through so that it will dangle in the middle. And imagine that's got your O's and your X's on it. So cute. So look at the picture so you can see this funnel piece. But that's it. If you need to, let me show you the back. You should be able to hang it on this piece here. If you're not comfortable with that, you can add a piece of ribbon that's not in the kit to it to elongate it, and then hang it from the ribbon, and it would be perfect. All right, hope you love it. We're gonna come out with some additional wreath shapes that can be put on the front of the heart. And we're also gonna be coming out with a round version of this for the spring. So enjoy, I hope you love it, and post pictures when you're done. Thank you.